You know the move. You open the file, you close a tab. Maybe you send one quick message. But the actual task, it just waits. And your body's stress gets louder and louder. Today, in this explainer, we're looking at a pretty visceral truth from a book called The Now Habit. For just one task today, I want you to stop asking for more discipline. Instead, ask what danger your body thinks it's actually seeing. Your deadline is not waking you up. It is teaching your fear to drive. We always tell ourselves we need that 11th hour pressure just to get serious, right? But the Now Habit argues that you aren't lacking discipline at all. You're simply using delay to briefly escape the shame and discomfort of the task itself. Procrastination is absolutely not laziness. It's anxiety using delay as pain relief. Once you understand that, your constant delay is suddenly revealed as a protective shield. Place this exact lens over everything we talk about today. Think of a track sprinter, completely frozen in the starting crouch. Every single muscle is ready, but they're trapped by the starting gun. If they move too soon, it's a fault. If they wait too long, the race is gone. The body is just completely overloaded. I know exactly what that expert inner voice of yours is saying right now. I often wish it weren't true, but we all tend to think, I do my best work under pressure. And hey, that voice isn't foolish. Pressure does cut options. And you definitely finished papers that way in the past. You survived. But here is how the Now Habit completely collapses that defense. Pressure might move you, sure, but it also teaches the task to feel profoundly unsafe. Every single time you use panic as fuel, you are literally training your nervous system to dread the work. And once work equals threat, delay becomes your only shelter. So that leaves us right here, option 1. Keep using that intense pressure model because technically it gets results. Option 2. Try to start early, which honestly just feels like risking chaotic, wasted energy. Both sound like reasonable adult choices, but this book reveals a very specific shared misunderstanding between them. Both of these choices treat the work as a physical threat you simply have to survive. The gun is not the race. A bad coach will just stand there and shout at the runner to move. But a good coach, they check the stance. Is the breath locked up? Are they fighting the gun? Most of the time, the procrastinator isn't actually fighting the work at all. They're fighting the anxiety of the starting gun itself. What we call motivation might just be fear wearing a stopwatch. We really have to contrast the rather cruel, earned rest model with the Now Habit's radical reframe, guilt-free play. That old model demands that you must suffer through work just to earn your life. It sounds incredibly moral, doesn't it? But this book turns that completely inside out. Guilt-free play is actually a required safety signal. By scheduling play first, it proves to your nervous system that the work isn't going to eat you alive. Because when play must be earned, work automatically becomes punishment. If work is the ultimate gatekeeper to your actual life, then of course your mind is going to delay it. Your moral demand to earn your rest through suffering creates the exact delay you hate so much. When you finally get movement only after your peace of mind is totally gone, you're just making a bargain with fear. 15. To break that bargain, you absolutely don't need a heroic 8-hour marathon. You really just need a 15-minute start. This book introduces a brilliant concept called the unschedule. You basically place small, bite-sized work starts inside a life that already includes plenty of sleep and play. The point isn't to finish some massive project all at once. The point is simply to prove to your body that the track lane is safe to enter. The first minute is the race. Just imagine that sprinter finally loosening their grip. The starting gun is still there, sure, but it's no longer a weapon pointed at them. The cure for procrastination isn't harder work, it's safer work. That split second right before movement is the entire game. If you can make that minute feel safe, you'll start. Let's shift the scene entirely now. The track becomes your desk. Ask yourself, what is your delay protecting right now? See, the starting gun was never actually the calendar deadline. The gun was the threat of being judged in your own inner courtroom. Every blank page feels like a definitive verdict on your intelligence. Your body knows this room all too well, and it is absolutely exhausted from the endless trial. So, should you build the perfect plan so the start feels completely controlled, or should you just start messy and risk producing poor work? Planning definitely lowers chaos, while starting lowers dread. But if you look closely, both of those paths still serve that same inner courtroom. One just seeks acquittal through control, and the other through speed. The Now Habit demands that we remove the courtroom entirely. Endless planning is really just a way of seeking emotional clearance. But one clean start beats one cruel promise every single time. A tired person always asks for more discipline. But the absolute cleanest start you can make is small, timed, and entirely imperfect. One actively chosen minute beats one forced marathon. We have to stop turning work into a test of our own worth. That old shield of delay wasn't your enemy. It was just your protection back when work felt like actual physical danger. So thank it and retire it. From now on, you use choice language. It's no longer, I have to do this. You say, I choose to start. That simple shift puts your hand right back on the wheel. Before tomorrow, you will do 3 things. Block one guilt-free play slot before a starter block, write down the exact next physical action, and start a timer. If you don't, you've chosen this. You've chosen to let the task stay a vague threat. 300 seconds. Do, write the next physical action, set a timer for 5 minutes, and start before fear votes. Without it, procrastination remains your safest ritual.